Alright kids, good morning. Woo! The key buster still works, but if I open up the door, that buster doesn't work anymore. And the lights don't go on either. So can't find the fuse. I think I need a little bit of trans fluid. I can tell by the sound that it's making. Plus, this thing has developed what's known as death wobble, where the steering wheel starts shaking violently. That's a Chrysler product thing, more or less, like Jeeps, like the Jeep Wrangler gets it, where the steering wheel starts usually at a certain speed. This one starts doing it between 30 and 37 miles per hour. We get it up to there we go. Started wobbling a little bit. Very unsettling. It could be caused by bald tires or unevenly worn tires or being out of alignment, etc. But I've Googled it and it says no known exact cause has ever been found. So it's pretty much individualized by vehicle, but for some reason Chrysler products seem to be most susceptible to getting this strange condition. And we are on a mission to find some scraps. Let's try to get back to normal. Well, first thing I'm going to do is get some trans fluid. Because trans fluid is cheap, transmissions are expensive. Maybe we'll stop at O'Reilly's or AutoZone or something. Or even the gas station if I'm low enough on fuel. Got my trans fluid just now at AutoZone and we're good to go. What the heck are those like ball things on the corners right there? It's a weird decoration. Onward. Maybe we'll actually do some scrapping for once, right? What do you think? Or just turn some scraps in, like a little bit, so we could kind of start with a somewhat empty truck this morning. I don't see anything along the road here. Nothing. Onwards. Oh yes, I'm here at Waterworld. Yeah, we're going doors. Those kind of old geezers there. It's like an Angie kind of crazy. Throwing off aluminum doors in the scrap pile. And then daring you to go and touch them. Like, I feigned In other words, pretended like I was going to go and grab him, and he like glared at me. So I kind of figured out the MO of this place. Like, look at that little bit of weight and that little bit of scrap in that truck. Right, with the stuff in the truck, it weighs 6,200. Yeah, so I'm walking through the truck. Yikes. Why is there some barrel on the side of the truck? Because what did it weigh and what did it pay? See, now this is what I mean by a real scrapper. Okay. That's a real scrapper right there. Not like, let's take this radio apart and see what we can find in here. Sure, that's fun to do as a hobby, but I don't know, those kind of channels do way better on YouTube. Let's see what we can find in the radio. See, here you go. Another one. Here comes our another real scrapper. See? Right there, look. That's a real scrapper. That guy's that crap crazy. Like I said earlier, I was like pretending like I was going to go and grab the aluminum he was throwing on the ground. He's throwing on the ground his shred, and he gave me a glare like, don't you dare. Like, really? What's it to you? But, you know, if a scrapper like that complains, then you'll get into all kinds of trouble. So, there's always like an employee, like, you know, like if you have like a job, like a real job, and you start talking to another employee, like the boss. Do you ever have the situation where the boss then like walks up from behind you and listens in on the conversation you're having with another employee? It's like you have to constantly turn your head, see who's walking up on you. Never mind me, I'm just talking to myself. I lost my mind a long time ago. Yeah. Because I don't have a steel bar or something going across permanently, holding it together, it's not the tailgate, that's the quarter panel. See how far apart the quarter panel is now? See? Somebody was telling me, take L brackets and bolt them onto the side there and put them into the floor. The whole thing is rusted through. That wouldn't do anything anyway, because the L brackets would, because of the torsion, the rocking back and forth motion, and you know, you have heavy scraps leaning against this wood, it'll pull them apart. Been there, done that. Years ago. I took that advice when I was like 16, 17. You. Next up, another day at the compound. It's a hot one too. Whew, man. I know you guys are all dying to see more scrapping and videos like that, so That's what we're going to bring you. Curbside collections.